Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and we finally have some news about the release date for XDefiant. You know, XDefiant, that game that came out and kind of took the gaming world by storm, then just sort of fell off into the shadows. We haven't heard too much about it as of late. Well, it turns out they have been in publishing hell. I'm not sure the best way to describe it, but basically Mark Rubin decided to give us a blog post where he goes over exactly what is happening with the game, because they try to be as transparent as possible. That's the entire point, right? So I'm going to try and summarize this entire story very quickly for you guys, and I think you'll be pretty happy with how it turns out. So last beta that we had for XDefiant was in June, and then right after the beta ended in July, Ubisoft submitted XDefiant to first-party companies like Sony and Microsoft so that their teams could test out the game in their own environments and then hopefully approve XDefiant for a release, right? Well, during those tests, Microsoft, Sony, all these other parties, they were testing out things like how's the game run on their platform, do achievements track properly, are friends list properly working, things like that. They're not testing out like balance or anything like that. They're testing out how the game runs on their systems, in their own environments and things like that. And then when things hopefully go well, they approve the game and they're good to go. But apparently something ended up happening. There were some issues. Mark Rubin did not specifically say what exactly they were having trouble with, but back in August, XDefiant received a no pass from those first-party companies. This meant that the XDefiant developers had to spend the next month fixing these issues, and they've done that now, and they're getting ready to submit the game once again. And if they do pass this time, then the game will likely have a mid-September to late September release date, so this very month. However, Mark Rubin also mentioned that should they get a conditional pass, which would mean they would have to do another like proper day one update for the game to make sure it runs perfectly on everything. If that happens, then instead of a mid to late September release date, we're looking at an early October to mid-October release date. So basically, that day one patch and having to have that conditional pass would push the game back a couple of weeks. So based on what we know so far, assuming the game does pass and they fixed all the issues, we're looking at the game possibly releasing this month before the end of September, or at the very latest, very early to mid-October. That is what they've given us so far, but I would like to point out one final thing here. I've been kind of giving you guys the cliff notes as to the entire blog post here, but I want to quote this one verbatim because it says, "To conclude, we set out since the concept of this game to be more transparent with our community and listen to our players and act on their feedback. We've even shown that we will add features in the middle of development based on player requests. Map voting is now in, and a search and destroy-like mode will be coming later are two examples of this. We want this to be your game." I love the fact that they're being transparent about this, because did I know anything about the first-party approval system? No, I had no freaking clue. I just know games usually come out, right? But XDefiant is not your normal game. It's not being made by, you know, Activision or anything like that. This is not like the 15th COD that's come out yearly or anything like that. It's a brand new game. It's a brand new IP, and they've had to change a lot about the game since its initial concept, and now we have what we had back during the beta, but they've changed a bunch of things since the beta, and right now it's a matter of getting the technical aspect of the game working. You know, again, making sure the game maintains a certain frame rate, making sure achievements track, your friends list works, things like that, right? Make sure the party invite system works, or maybe add a feature like COD doesn't do for some reason. Usually they didn't do it for a couple of years, where you could promote your friend to become the leader of your party, like little features like that. That's what they're struggling with, and that's what kind of caused them to get a no pass, apparently. And apparently that stuff's also been fixed. So I guess I say it all the time, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and see how it plays out. I know a lot of people were excited about this game, but also, you know, in the interest of fairness, I know lots of people have just like lost all the hype for this game because it's been so long since the beta and they didn't really market the game really all that much, and so they're like, what's even going on with that game? Am I even gonna play that anymore? Like, I don't know. So it'll be interesting for sure to see the reception for the game when it does eventually come out. But as always, I'll be here with you guys every step of the way and keep you posted as we learn more and as more information comes out in regards to XDefiant, because it's a game I'm excited for. If possible, I'd be happy to post this as well as Call of Duty here on the channel, because I was very impressed with what we had during the beta and the transparency that the developers showed to us during that time. However, we don't know how the game's going to be. It's been a while, and hopefully it will live up to expectations, but we're gonna have to cross that bridge when we get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this video here today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.